Testimony of knowledge, staking my claim through authenticity, organic versus inorganic creation, recoding astral. From the perspective of someone who gave up everything to seek knowledge, wisdom, and truth, only to find what no human being on the planet wants to know, let alone take responsibility for correcting it. I mean, isn't that why we pay taxes and have a government? As it turns out, we live in an inverted prison system and everything is a lie, in which case I wasn't prepared to learn 2 decades ago. All I wanted to do was organize my life and figure out how to make it better. That's it. This led me down a path where pleasure met pain, and I found my calling while simultaneously stumbling upon how reality functions in the process. This is what happens when one has a willingness to learn the truth, while maintaining an open heart and mind. I experienced so much trauma during my awakening process, in which I will explain in my testimony for teaching purposes, that I had no other choice but to learn how to heal and clear trauma energy from my body. This is no easy task because it's achieved by releasing ourselves from mind control programs, by removing implants and blocks, through healing the inner child and shadow integration. This is something that will be taught to the masses as a valid healing modality for the human condition in the coming months and years. Quantum Reality Studies and the Collective Coherence team possesses a pathway formula to aid in the evolution of mankind for the total healing and restoration of the mind-body-spirit complex. Both organic life and inorganic life exists here in this reality system. The organic is that which life is derived from, and the inorganic is that which life degrades into. As an individual, the degradation of our human consciousness begins as the pathological mind takes form in early childhood. Now, this is obviously based on many factors and variables, but the point is, all factors and variables stem from the same underlying root cause, being polarity consciousness mind control programs coded to run from scripts of separation through duality. Of course, there is a backstory to how this occurred, in which we will study in the free Collective Coherence course through various methods designed to extract the truth and release the memory through healing. Duality is a false doctrine, in which case it aligns our consciousness with mind control programs and technologies that support separation. Technologies have been used against humans since the beginning of time to harvest our energy, creating a soul siphoning system to feed other systems derived from the mind control scripts and instruction sets coded to blur the lines between what is reality versus the illusion, how we prefer things to be versus how they actually are, the inner world versus the outer world, or the non-physical to the physical. In which case, duality is the inorganic structure our consciousness is anchored into, and polarity programs are the mind filters created from our beliefs, creating additional overlays to organic creation itself. Duality was downloaded in the psyche with instruction sets coded to run the central nervous system based on the parameters of a pathological mind. Go figure. This means as children on this planet, our innocence is stolen through the hijacking of our consciousness by usurping our free will. This skewed our perceptions and misaligned our intentions to align with inorganic creation through duality programs and technologies. Our fragile, innocent minds were fractured and split, thus creating a perceived separation from the original source of organic creation itself. Organic creation is what many refer to as God, or the ether particles in quantum physics. This begins the trend towards inorganic lower awareness, lack of self-awareness, desires, or animalistic instinctual existence that is no longer guided by the soul or eternal values. This created separation trauma, creating addiction, mental illness, and disease, taking root within a myriad of forms. All of our human suffering is derived from trauma related to our unconscious awareness as to who we are and where we came from, creating a misalignment within our consciousness to creation itself. We must correct this error by reversing the reversal of intention back to the individual by restoring free will and sovereignty through healing the inner child and shadow integration to lead us into healing and clearing trauma energy to convert dead energy to free energy. Earth is a realm guided by intention and collective bioemissions. In order to rise out of animalistic consciousness, one must realign their free will through self-awareness and decide not to be represented by the false doctrine aligned with animalistic nature and behavior. The lower realms are automated and based on lower desires like guilt, fear, shame, anger, lust, greed, hate, jealousy, and deception. The higher realms are self-aware and based on free will, honesty, authenticity, creation, compassion, knowledge, and truth. We have a choice. But if you're not aware of the choice, by default, your mind will run polarity consciousness programming. The darkness on this planet dwells inside each one of us simply due to the polarity programs and technologies aligned with duality. When we perceive life from this mindset, we can take responsibility and stop blaming others to release ourselves from victim consciousness programs by taking full control over the mind and energy body through healing the mind-body-spirit complex. The resolution is to build a new human psyche, in which case collective coherence has mapped out a path to teach independence, sovereignty, self-awareness, truth, self-control, harmony, self-mastery, and how to convert trauma energy into free energy.